So the library, something you want to learn how to do relatively quickly is locate sources in the library. We have hundreds of thousands of electronic resources. You can get all the books you need, all the journal articles you need for papers and assignments in the library. You can download PDFs, you can read the ebook online, you can do this in the morning, hopefully not the day before your paper is due, but encyclopedia articles, the Oxford Biblical Bible, I forget if it's biblical resources, but there's Oxford University has a bunch of encyclopedia articles like the Gospel of John, just in the Gospel of John, you can do that. Sometimes here's some tips. When you're doing research, you have your textbook. And say you have your Christology course and you're supposed to write an article on or a paper on a theologian's Christology, and you choose Karl Rahner. And you see that Karl Rahner's written all these books. And then other people have written books about Karl Rahner's Christology. And you just don't have time to read 10 books. Now, of course, you're going to need to read some, consult some. You can use book reviews, academic book reviews. The university has databases, and we'll take a look. I'll show you quickly how to access them in a moment here, for finding academic journal articles. And these are peer-reviewed journal articles, an article written by a professor or a scholar in a discipline that's been peer-reviewed, vetted by other scholars, and then published in an academic journal. And we have a lot of these already in PDFs. There are also academic book reviews published in these journals. So say you just don't have the time to read Mary Smith's book on Karl Rahner's Christology, you can pull up some academic book reviews, which are 2 or 3 pages long, and you can get a summary of what it's about. Sometimes it can be page numbers that you can consult. Those are helpful. If you're looking for sources on a topic, even your textbook might reference other books or other articles. You can find sources within your sources. So if you're on a page in your Christology textbook that's talking about Karl Rahner's Christology, and you're looking for books on this one point or articles, look at the footnotes or the bibliography or the work cited. Also, if you can't get a book, now we have a lot of ebooks. There's a lot of books we don't have, obviously. In our library, you can do interlibrary loan, where the library will get the book for you and even mail it to you, but that can take a little while. Journal articles and electronic resources are easy. So if you request an article from a journal that we don't have through interlibrary loan, they'll email you the PDF in a couple of days, which is helpful. You can find a lot of books on Amazon and Google Books, and you can read often at least parts of those books with the previews. So that can be something. If you need to look something up at a book you don't have or the library doesn't have and you don't want to do interlibrary loan, you can look up the book on Google Books or Amazon, try to find the page number or the section, and it's the same thing as if you have the book reading, and it counts as looking at a source. Okay, so let's take a look. There's also a library tutorial video listed at the bottom here that's very helpful. But let me pull up the library website here for a moment. And I might pull up, actually, I probably should have done this before, but I will also pull up the Okta website that I mentioned. That's the portal for St. Leo University. So let me share my browser here. So here what's going to happen is you'll get your email address at St. Leo University, and you'll get a default password that you can change. Once you get into this, you'll have a bunch of different options. And the main one you'll be using is courses. So this will bring up your courses, and there'll only be a couple or even just the one that you're enrolled in. I have a lot. So let me just pull up a Christology course that I'm currently teaching for the Diocese of Orlando, actually, men in diaconate formation for the permanent diaconate. So this is what an online course looks like. There'll be course announcements, an overview. I always tell students to look at content, which is like a table of contents, and it'll have everything the course has. We typically, our courses are divided into modules or sections of maybe a month or every 2 weeks. There'll usually be, the syllabus. There's places that you can look to submit your assignments. If you go to activities or assignments, there'll be drop boxes. Basically, oftentimes it's basically just you attach your assignment and upload it. You can look at your grade book by clicking on grades. There's a lot of other resources. That's what that looks like. But now let's go to the library website. This is the main page. Let's say you're doing a paper on John chapter 1 for your New Testament class. So you can type in the Gospel of John. With Bible research, it's very good to get academic commentaries and some of these might need to be vetted. You might have popular books or books that aren't scholarly. So if you type in Gospel of John commentary, most of these will probably be scholarly commentaries. Like this is a very good Catholic series of Bible commentaries, Sacra Pagina, and Daniel Harrington there, our famous Bible scholar. There's a 1-volume Oxford Bible commentary. Ray Brown is famous in the Gospel of John. And it'll tell you right here it'll tell you if we have it in print or not, or ebook. You'll notice that on the left-hand side, you can filter. And if you're just looking for electronic sources, you can click on ebook, and then it will pull up commentaries that are in, and you can read these right online. So, and you'll see there's a lot. You'll want to page through and see when you're doing Bible commentaries and Bible scholarship, you don't want to be using, well, you might be using like Thomas Aquinas and older theologians, but there's modern biblical scholarship. So you want to be using recent commentaries. But in any event, you can pull up ebooks and the like. You want to learn how to find books on your topic. Let's look at Karl Rahner I mentioned. So you type in Karl Rahner, and you want to look for ebooks that you can read online. Just click on ebook on the left. And here you go. Bill Dykes' famous book, summarizing Karl Rahner's theology, other people writing about him. So there'll probably be some books by Rahner himself, his book on the Trinity, famous book. You can view them online. Now, going back to the main web page for the library, I do want to mention that we have 2 other things I mentioned. I might have to, there it is, the website. Okay. We have subject guides, which will have resources. This is called a LibGuide, and it will have the one on theology and religion you can get from the main page, and it'll give you online resources, websites, certain journal articles and the like. We also have recommended websites on the bottom left, in the left column here. Just go to theology, religion, and all these websites will be acceptable websites. I also have, and I'll show it to you in a moment, a document with similar websites. The final thing I'll show you is the databases. Databases is where you find the academic journal articles and the book reviews. We have a bunch. ATLA is good for theology. EBSCO is very good for theology. JSTOR and ProQuest. And you'll see there's others. If you search for theology or religion on this page, you'll see them as well. So let's go into EBSCO, which has a lot of different subjects. And I just select everything as the number of databases to look through. As soon as it comes up for EBSCO, it asks you, do you want to look in all? And just say yes. And then let's say, and just select all. Then you're going to get to a search screen. You can just type in your search thing here. I often do so let's say we're doing John 1. No, it's still searching. So, actually, let me, yeah, some of these you have to sort through. That's a lot. And it's not all, maybe advanced search. I use advanced search a lot. Let's go, for instance, let's back up. Let's do Karl Rahner. So you can just type in Rahner. let's say you're studying his doctrine of the Trinity. So you can call Ronner can be one search term, the other can be, now this obviously you don't want, it's in Greek, but fundamental theology for the Trinity, Karl Rahner's contribution. This would be a very good article. There's lots of things you can save these articles, you can come back to them. There's even a way to produce a citation for the article, but I'm just showing you the basics here. You can search by year, different types, full text. If it says PDF full text or HTML full text, that means you can access it through a library. If it doesn't have that, you can't, but you can request it through interlibrary loan, which is also an option on the library website. So if it says journal or periodical on the left, that's a full journal article. Here we even have sometimes the ebooks will come up. But if we want to look, sometimes you'll find book reviews. I don't see one here. If it says review or book review, that's a book review based on the type. And all of our databases, they look different inside, but they have the same ideas. So let me see, maybe I can, John might be a little difficult to search on. Let's say we're looking for a verse. You can even search verses. John 1, 1 to 18. It's called the prologue to John. Nope. John 1, 1 to 18. Let's search on that. So you're going to start to see books, journal articles, sorry about that. So this will show you, here's an article. It looks like it'd probably be good. The Birth of a Beginning, probably by a New Testament scholar. You could download that. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing here. I'll show you one other document. I mentioned the reputable websites document. So let me pull that up real quick. Should be the third Word document you've received or will be receiving. And this is similar to the library webpage with the reputable websites. Bible Gateway's on there for all the Bible translations, a bunch of Catholic resources. Early Christian Writings is very good, early church writings. The Sacred Text Archive, Vatican II, USCCB, Catechism, all that. So those would be good resources. Okay, let's go back to our, and let me, we're looking at the library website. Here's some things if you're interested what a journal article is. The library resource, they love to help. A lot of people don't call them, they should. You can call the reference desk, email them. We also have specific contacts. Vicky Stupinis covers Virginia. Michelle Joy does online. Contact any of them. They will be very glad to help you find sources. So the library staff, reference library staff are very helpful. Here's some other resources, writing help. We do have even a writing kind of lab staff that will help you with writing, looking and finding research and the like. I won't go through all of these. One thing, we'll talk about instructor expectations here. Some professors want you to use a lot of quotations. I tend to not. In general, good style is to just, when you're reading something, when you're writing a paper or writing something, not just to include quotations from it. You should put it into your own words, show that you can understand it and think about it by explaining it in your own words and providing, of course, a citation. And there are different citation learning styles. They're not difficult. If you haven't used them in a while or don't know them, a lot of professors want MLA. Purdue OWL, you can just type in Purdue OWL MLA. We'll bring up a website with a sample paper, examples on how to do these citations. It's pretty easy. And like I said before, once you do it once or twice, you don't have to think about it. It's second nature. Academic integrity. I'm not going to show this now for time's sake, but it's kind of a little funny video on plagiarism. You want to make sure, of course, that you're doing your own work. And sometimes there's unintentional plagiarism. So if you do include a couple words or a sentence from a source and you don't put it in quotation marks, then, and even if you provide the citation, that gives the impression that you've written those words when they're not really yours. And that's technically plagiarism. Now, different professors have different expectations. Some might be more lenient with that, but some might be strict. And we have a process at the university for academic integrity violations. You don't want that to go on your record. So I'd be very careful just making sure that you understand. I'd watch this video. It goes over what constitutes a violation of academic integrity. And it's common just to mistake what we're doing, but to make mistakes here as you're starting out, get to know what it means up front, and you should be okay.